That's the reality of the thumbnail. We are forced to watch this Milan for another 5 matches to go. There is a semi-final against Inter, but our expectations are super super low. It doesn't matter winning, losing. This is a video, guys, that I will say it's. I want to play some comments over the feelings of the Milanista for this season and what's the situation now with us. Which is pretty tragic because honestly, I've been watching a lot of content online of Milanistas, mainly Italians, that most of the time they are positive. Somehow they keep it positive. Somehow they were like, yeah, but we can still run for the fourth spot, the Europa League. We can still enjoy Milan somehow. We got the team, right? So they still go to San Siro. They still are positive towards this, not knowing what's going on above, not or avoiding to see what's this club is doing to what's this management is doing to this club, choosing to avoid to see and to understand. And the match against Atalanta, for a lot of these fans, it was the end. It was the official finale of the season. For a lot of them, against Atalanta, Milan died deep down in the comfortable 9th spot in Campionato. For us, of old heart Rossoneri, we know that the season pretty much never started, or at least ended in November, I guess. But yeah, also for the other, for these fans here, they realized just now that the season, it is over, and it's good to see that, and that's why I will be curious to see in the next match in San Siro how many people are gonna go to the stadium. I think it's gonna be finally some empty seats, because that's what they deserve. And they also did realize that this Milan, it is for the last 10, it is the worst one in the last 10 years. I'm gonna place it on the video here, but you will realize that in the last 10 years, only in the season 2014-2015, Milan arrived 10th and had, after 33 matches, they had 43 points. Milan nowadays has 51 points. Last season we arrived second, the season before we arrived fifth, and in 2021-2022 we arrived first. Okay, so it's been pretty average, it's been pretty below average, I say, for a team like Milan. But clearly we are not going anywhere with these players, with this coach, and everything above. Milan only gained 8 points on 43 available against big teams. 8 points against 43. So it is ridiculous stats. If you want to know another stats that we've been keep saying, that Milan conceding a lot of goals, the other stats I want to say is Milan conceded every single match in Serie A. Only in 4 occasions Milan didn't concede a goal. Only in 4 occasions we came home with a clean sheet. That's it. And if the match against Atalanta, where we were not able to pass the ball more than, some people in the comment section say 5 times, which is, I will not surprise actually if you counted. And that is the dead of Milan. On Wednesday, Inter is going to celebrate us. It's going to be the party. There's going to be, thank you guys for participating to this competition. And now we are going to beat you up. And that's what I'm afraid is going to happen. As always, against Inter is always a special match, so anything could happen. But even if the sky decides to open brings the light down and defend the goal of Magic Mike Magnan, and for some strange strange reason that the universe cannot explain, somehow all the planets line up in exactly right moment, and we go through the final. It doesn't really matter. My opinion on this season, it doesn't really matter. It's been still a shitty season. I'm still waiting. I'm still like in the same view when I was commenting over Scaroni words. They say, oh, at the end of the day, this season is not that bad because we won a Super Cup. That's what they still, they're brave enough to tell you that this season wasn't bad at all. We are ninth there. Okay. We are ninth. We are 20 points behind Inter. And Inter that, again, like they have Octree, which is, it is American found. But it's managed by people who knows about football. We are not managed. Full stop. It's not we are not managed by people that knows about football. It's like we are not managed. Full stop. Because that's what the situation. And Milan deserve to be there. Milan deserve in every moment to be there. If eventually Milan doesn't go through in the final of Coppa Italia, let's say if Milan doesn't win the Coppa Italia and Milan remains in the 9th spot in Serie A, what is going to happen is that in mid-August, Milan will have to play a match to qualify for the Coppa Italia, which it could be a problem, not really for the preparation, because anyway, we already signed up a tour to Hong Kong, a tour to the Americas to fill up Jerry's fund. So it's not going to be really a problem for the preparation, but it's going to be more a problem that the club will have to change the itinerary so they cannot sell our brands in more destination than they thought. So they have to shorter some of the Milan away tours to go back to Italy to qualify for the Coppa Italia. Because it doesn't really matter, right? If we are getting ready for the next season, we can already understand that what kind of season is going to be if this is the beginning. Nobody wants to come to Milan. And who wants to come to Milan are sport directors that they are without job now. They don't want to come to Milan. The sport director that they have a job in Atalanta and in Bologna, for example, they don't want to come in this mess. Paratici doesn't want to come in this mess. Who wants to come in this mess to work with these guys? With Forlani, with Moncada, Ibrahimovic, and Jerry Cardinale, and Scaroni. Who wants to work with this Judas? Who wants to come to work with this unprofessional? Because that's what they are. And the scary part is that these people that I just mentioned, they did, and they are dragging us down. And at the end of the season, nobody will pay for it. That, to me, is the even scarier thing. Because I understand if people at the end of the season will pay for it, like Maldini did. But that's not the same approach. Because nobody here is going to be paying off. Nobody's going to get fired at the end of the season, say the season was shit, you get fired. Nobody. That is a very scary thing. That is a very scary thing. Another things that I want to mention is, and that is like as a fan, Like we are we are fans. We love our team AC Milan. We love it, and that's what that's what we choose that's what we choose to follow. We mainly like the game. We mainly enjoy the the game, the football. That's what we are passionate about. We love the football. Then our teams plays. We don't really care about how financial great AC Milan is. We don't care about how much the brand is expanding. We don't really care about the balance sheets at the end of the year. We don't really care about broadcasting. We don't really care about that. I mean, if we care about that, we will be like focusing maybe on other field, maybe in stock market. But we are football fan. We watch the result on the field. we want our team play well and win trophies. We don't, as a fan, we don't really care about the brand is expanding. We having the best, selling the fourth jersey off record time. Bravo. What can I say about that? We don't really care, right? So, how can you purchase a football club and not managing the sport side of the football club? You're only managing that side, the merchandising side. This is ridiculous, in my opinion. It's like, it's like if you buy a chocolate factory and you only think about selling the chocolate, but without looking at the quality of the chocolate that you selling. So you keep saying this is the best chocolate in the world. This is the best chocolate in the world. But then people tries like this is okay. And this is exactly what fans eventually, for the happiness of Jerry Cardinale, we had something like 20,000 international fans going to San Siro against with the match against Atalanta, which means we have 70,000, let's say, fans in San Siro. 20,000 they were international. But here is my question. I don't have anything against these 20,000 people going from everywhere in the world go and watch Milan. I don't have absolutely anything against it. But my question is, how many of these guests they become a client? Let's put it on a financial perspective, right? How many of these people they finish to watch Milan Atalanta and they say, yes, now I am a Milan fan. I will follow it. I want to be back here and I want to buy my jersey of Milan. How many of them really they become a client after watching that shit show? Not many, in my opinion, right? So the conversion rate is going off because, again, we can boost it. We can listen Cardinale as much he talks about that this is a brand we need to sell. We need to restructure the entire Serie A. But at the end of the day, what the fan wants to see is the results on the field, is not on result out there. So failing in every single aspect. Also because next season, if you're not going to have any more, before let's say, during the year of the Scudetto, we had the Tonali, we had the Leao, we have the Hernandez. People were fan of these players. They will still buy, nowadays I still see the t-shirt, the shirt of Theo Hernandez, of Rafa Leao, of Magnan. I mean, we had the t-shirt, the jersey of Tonali. But if this guy, if this is the level of Milan, who's gonna be your idol? Who's gonna be the player that you're gonna fall in love with? Who the kids during banter area? Which is the Milan jersey that you will buy? Nobody. You will buy because it's funny. You will buy the Honda. You will buy the Mauri. You will buy the Suso, the Bonaventura, the Piatek, what's his name? The Torres. But that's it, right? So this is the feelings of Milan, and this is again my biggest regrets over this ownership, is that they took away from us the competitive aspect of the football. We are not used to, Milan shouldn't be okay with a defeat and with a 9th spot. Instead, it is becoming common. It is becoming okay and acceptable. And I really hope that at the end of the season, this horrible management and company, they're gonna go away. Because there is not a good ending with Redbird and Elliott. There is not a good ending. Because if the best man of Elliott, it is Furlani, that is taking 2 months to pick up a sport director, and the best option, it is a guy that already is been already picked by Redbird in the beginning of March. Because Cardinale and Ibra, they met in London already 2 months ago. But Furlani wanted to do by his own way, and he's not convinced yet. So he's insecure. It's insecurity. The question is that I'm wondering is it actually him that is selecting the sport director, or are the sport director that say, I'm not coming to work with you? Let me know what do you think, guys. Sempre Forza Milan, and let's try to win the derby. Ciao.